Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Dr. Steve. Welcome back to another episode of Core Wellness TV. Today we're in Asheville, North Carolina, just outside of Asheville in Lake Powhatan, camping. We've been here for the last 2 nights. We got one more night tonight. And then we're going to head out to Raleigh tomorrow to do a presentation for some yoga folks out there about yoga mistakes, and kind of the same thing I did with my webinars a few weeks back, except now we're taking it on the road a little bit. And today we're going to be going to visit Janelle at the Permaculture School, because, you know, permaculture is all about being in sync with nature and being efficient with nature. And they actually have a school where you can get college credit for that. So we're going to go talk to Janelle this morning, and we'll catch you in Asheville in just a little bit when we do that, okay? Hey everybody, welcome back to Core Wellness TV. We've made it to Ashevillage
Sanctuary and Institute.
Sanctuary and Institute. And the reason that we're here, as you know, I've talked a lot in the past about health and well-being, coming from the inside out, getting back to nature, going organic as much as possible. And that's what this village and sanctuary is all about, is teaching people how to get back to nature and use the economy of nature and let nature kind of self-support and sustain itself. But that's the way I perceive permaculture. And this is a permaculture school as well, correct?
Well, our institute, we run a permaculture school, yeah. Oh. So thanks for having me. Hello. Let me go ahead and I'll turn my phone off as we're talking, so we don't get any interruptions. And so Ashevillage Sanctuary is, currently we have almost an acre and a half. There's 4 different properties right on the very edge of downtown Asheville, and they're all joining each other. They're privately owned. We're an LLC, and we are making tea.
I know, I can't wait.
Tea for the peeps in real teacups.
Cool.
So this is all tea from the garden, actually. It's
awesome.
Peppermint and lemon balm and tulsi. Here,
that's amazing.
Nice, thank you.
And for the boy. We have this property, and we have been here now 8-9 years. Each property came sort of after each other, and it actually used to be a junkyard and a crack house. Next door was a crack house, a guest house, and it's taken years to design and really love this place up and make it what it is now. And so we'll do a little walk around. And the intention was to recognize that we can create anything we want. You know, we can really live the lives we really want. We live in paradise already, and we've just really disconnected from our true nature.
Yes.
And that connection with nature is part of the connection with ourselves, part of that deep peace and the core sustenance that is essential to humans. And so this place was started as a model and also a bridge of recognizing our potential as humans in an urban environment where the majority of people live. And so we took a place that needed the most healing, and we loved it up, and we created something really beautiful here.
That is very cool. That I love that, reconnecting to your nature, and that's what, guys, this is all about. That's what the Core Wellness Institute is all about, is reconnecting to your nature, letting it come through you rather than blocking it with all the stuff that we get from the matrix that we live in, you know.
And it's so easy, you know. My background, I'm making an herbal
yes,
tea
thank you. Yeah, what is your background?
So my background was I was working with communities internationally in more village settings, and we were working with the materials they had at hand to create homes. So earth and natural building, which, you know, has become a fairly popularized movement. I mean, it's still
right, natural building in general.
Natural building, earthen building, yeah. And so that I was living and working with people in places that had much less access to the kind of stuff that we have in the United States, and you know, the soulfulness, the happiness, the sense of togetherness was easier because all this stuff didn't get in the way, and the routines that we lived didn't get in the way. And so part of my task was to bring that home and see what I could create here. And so anyway, again, just to come back to what this is, it is privately owned. We have a guest house. We run a business here. We've gone through many iterations over the years as to the kinds of activities we have here happening, workshops and programs. The city of Asheville doesn't really allow programming in in residential neighborhoods. So currently, however, we're working with the Food Policy Council of Asheville, Buncombe, Asheville, the county and the city, to recognize that urban farms need to have, as part of their wholeness, not only the selling of food, but the ability to give tours and host programs and share what they have to offer, including the educational component. And so we might be able to do that again here. So the institute, the sanctuary is the site. The institute that we run is the programming. And a lot of our programming now happens off-site, which is actually, over the years, we've come to find that it's a nice balance to have other sites where we can have groups.
Right.
Yes, I noticed online some of the intensives, there's like a 3-month or 8-month program.
Yeah, so we have an 8-month school called the Resilient Living School. It's 8 months, and it has an 8-week residency in Asheville. So there's an 8-week opportunity to live in community and really learn real skills.
Wow.
Hands-on, and also the interpersonal skills. That's another piece. There's I can garden, make compost, learn about wild foods, and all of these great skills. Turn this off. And if we don't have the interpersonal skills, then we're not going to ultimately get very far. I mean, that's part of the fabric of what our lives call for. So the Resilient Living School really has this piece of what is our internal, our interpersonal, and our world, our community resiliency. And so it's that combination. It's really a beautiful program. And it has, after the 8 weeks, it has 6 more months of follow-up and assignments back home. So people call in and check in and have that peer support group, and they get to also follow the thread that most inspired them. And that's a big piece of our work, is really supporting people and recognizing, hey, what's in your heart? What's your calling? Because there's not one recipe or formula for all of us to do. It's really about what each of our passions are. Who are we? What's the gift in you? So you do what you do, and it's beautiful because that's what you're here to do.
Right. And just bring it out.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So that's.
Well, hey, let's
head outside.
Here we're here in the garden. This is beautiful. Let's just do a quick scan, Rebecca, and maybe she can kind of as you go through your. So this is kind of built from the
This is the Ashevillage Sanctuary Gardens, and. This started out as a junkyard about 8 years ago, and we've had many people come and help. Some co-designers, some other builders, and folks who have different skills. And I did the design work, but there's many people have helped over the years.
Oh, see. So you're a permaculture design person?
Is that like I do design, and I work with permaculturists, and I have a lot of background in that as well.
Gotcha.
My specialty is natural building and just visual design. That's really
yes. Well, you can tell you turn it into a beautiful place.
Thank you.
All
Yeah, we have a woman here now, our kind of core staff, and she's the site manager. You might see her popping around, Kate. So she maintains the gardens now, and we have the Institute also has a woman who works with. It's all a women's team. We have our program manager, and we also have our administrative outreach manager. So that's our team, small team, and yet we work with many teachers in the area, and we also bring featured teachers or headliners from other parts of the country, and sometimes from outside of the country, who have specialty skills and something really unique to offer. So we've hosted the kinds of programs that we've hosted here are the Resilient Living School. We have week-longs Resilient Living Workshop. Actually, that starts next week, and then there'll be another one in the spring.
And next week is for as far as date and time.
October 12th through 16th.
October 12th through the 16th.
2015.
And then we have one the first week of April in 2016, and that's a 5-day. And then we have our food as medicine workshops. So we had Sandor Cats here, and we were doing wild food and fermentation. Jenny McGrother with Nourishing Tradition, Nourish Kitchen. And so we do a number of different workshops. We run a permaculture school as well, and that doesn't take place here, but that's a year-long program that has a 12-week residency. And so that will also be happening next year, along with the 8-month Resilient Living School.
And so part of my reason for coming here and wanting to talk to Janelle is because I want to encourage as many people as possible to get out and get these skills and get back to nature. Get your feet on the ground. I noticed when I came out, Janelle had no shoes on, and I was like, she's one of my people, right? Because that's all I talk about, earthing and getting your feet on the ground and getting those negative electrons into your body, and this is what does it. This stuff is giving it to us.
It's really, it's like living in paradise now. I mean,
it really
it's
is.
such a pleasure, the hummingbirds and the pollinators. So, well, and
Can I interrupt just for a
Sure.
second? With the permaculture school, I remember seeing online that there's actually college credit through, is it Brevard? Is there some credit you can actually get?
folks can also get credit,
And is that is that a horticulture school? Or, I mean, what is that?
It's through the environmental department.
Through the environmental department,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And is that like you get like a couple of hours, or do you get like, could you get like a,
I have to remember. I think it depends. Yeah, that depends on how it wants to be applied.
So especially people who are just thinking about going to school, you can get some, come here, spend some time in Asheville at the sanctuary and do the intensive, get some college credit, take a permaculture class. These are life skills that will serve you forever and break you away from all the craziness that blocks what we've got inside us.
And potentially do something in your community that has this big of an impact.
Sure. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I would say, the investment to do something like the Resilient Living School or the Permaculture School is a fraction of what people would pay to go to college, and you learn real skills, and then there's a follow-up support system. In college you don't really get, after you leave, that support, but we do a whole, half a year to a year of that kind of follow-up, and really help people identify what, again, their passion is, and also set goals and realistic timelines and budgets and so on. So,
awesome.
But I've got to say about earthing and barefoot, this isn't bragging, but I want to encourage it as well, because I've traveled a lot, and I've been in the Himalayas and the Rockies and up the West Coast and all over the mountains here in Western North Carolina, and I always go barefoot. And my feet are tough, but they've also, because I've trained them. So actually, after we meet, I'm going for a big hike today, and I always go barefoot, unless it's the middle of winter.
Right.
So it's a wonderful thing to have your feet on the ground, and I find that a lot of information comes through. Like the earth wants to share her story, and we get to really hear her and have that contact. So
yes, and remember we talk about all the afferents that comes through the body, because that's, your feet are like the feelers. I mean, in Europe they call your toes your fingers. They're like, when you're walking, you can feel there's like antennas looking for stuff, and if you have a dead foot, you don't have that information coming into your nervous system, and your brain just says, I'm going to live here for a while. But when you go barefoot and you get it, and you stimulate all those 24 bones and all, your brain goes, I think it just lights up.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's like a really perfect form of acupressure for me. I just love having my foot massaged, and so I just go walk barefoot in it.
Awesome.
Oh, look at that! That's so pretty.
So
now what?
Yeah, so a little bit more about these gardens. Everything that is here are either for the pollinators, the bees, the butterflies, and all the pollinators, or for for eating or medicinal properties, plants, or lots of herbs, and and also beauty. We live in a town where there's probably nearly, or more than at this point, 20 farmers markets. And we do a lot of trading, and we have tons and tons of food coming out of here now. I mean, we have all the food we need. But years ago, we decided flowers were as important to us.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the space to do both, but the joy of seeing the beauty here it touches all of us, and it's medicine for the heart. So we do a lot of flowers, pollinator plants, herbal plants, and edibles, and a lot of it's perennial, although we also do annuals, and it's really a joy. It's kind of like a living art project, honestly. You know? That's how I've seen it over the years, is that this place feels like a huge art project.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely is.
Yeah.
Well, what can we eat? Can we have a nibble off or
Yes,
something?
of course. Well, you should try this. This is a lemon sorrel, and it's so yummy. And it's such a surprise if you've never had it.
Lemon sorrel, is that like a wood sorrel relative, like what would grow wild in your backyard, like the?
It's actually different, but it's going to be strong. Yeah, it's very lemony.
It tastes exactly like the wood sorrel that we eat in our backyard.
Exactly like the wood sorrel.
Like the little flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our boys call it deliciousness.
Good. Yeah, it's so good.
When they find it in the yard. Oh my gosh.
So I love that one. And then of course there's the borage flowers, and these just come back year after year at this point.
What did you call those?
This is borage. It's a medicinal plant.
Is it like borage seed oil? Is that where this comes?
Yeah,
Borage.
Yeah.
Borage or borage?
Flip
over to the zoom in real quick so you can see it real pretty. Not too close. So there you go.
That's so pretty.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's borage. We have so many. Nasturtium.
Now that's a nasturtium?
Actually,
yes,
go ahead and
is.
get that. The dew on that is really pretty right now. And the nasturtium flower is edible. So
peppery.
Nasturtium. I was thinking this nasturtium, but it's a nasturtium.
It's a nasturtium, and
Can I have this flower?
Sure. Yeah, they're really spicy.
I love them. They're so peppery. They're great on salads,
I was going to
too.
say they're great on salads. Sometimes we'll throw them in a pesto and add a little kick to the pesto.
Oh, my.
Yeah. How's that? You ate the whole flower. That's.
Oh, yeah.
Are you not supposed to?
No, it's fine if you like spicy.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And so there's so many, permaculture is a systematic approach to ecological design, ecological including human.
Yeah.
We can't separate the two.
Sure.
So it's one of the you want to come back down and we can
Yeah.
So permaculture is looking at the relationship between us as humans and the rest of the natural world. Well, really the rest of the world. Doesn't matter if you're living even in the middle of a city, wherever you are, is what can we do to be in relationship at a really deep level, be part of the cycle of nature, be part of, in a way, it's sort of like playing a hand of God. It's recognizing that we are powerful in every decision we make. Every decision we make affects, like a web, the rest of Gaia, the rest of the planet. And what we buy, what we grow, what we don't grow, how we catch our water or we don't, how we orient our houses to the sun or not, how we build them, how we design them, everything,
Right.
Our school system, all of it is really one system, ultimately. And so how can we create a system that's most in alignment and most harmonized with, what does paradise look like? And so it's really learning the cycles of nature. It's really learning the intelligence of place, the wisdom of place. What would this place look like if humans and the earth and all that we need, all of our social needs and our physical needs and the rest of the natural beings that live around us, what if we were living in a way that was truly more harmonized?
Yeah.
That was more part of the cycle of life. And so that's one way to talk about, that's sort of the invitation to permaculture, is looking at principles and ethics of design based on that care for people, that care for the earth, and really sharing the abundance, recognizing that there's more than enough. We live in a really abundant universe.
Yeah,
and
you talked
really
about that, like you say, you've already, with the small, what kind of a space are we looking at here?
Yeah, this is nothing, I mean, less than an acre and a half total, and we have a house over there and more woods, and we're actually backed by 60 acres.
Right, and so you're already producing more than you need, and sharing it and trading it, like you say, with other people, and that's, I mean, that's just amazing that you can it can be so concentrated if you just know how everything works with each other. Make the living mulch, cut something down, and you just put it right back where it was, and everything just kind of feeds and feeds and feeds, and I just love it. And the water, where's your water catchment?
Yeah, well, I'll share about that too. And it's even in places like deserts where it seems maybe hopeless. And yet there's a community in Portugal, it's very in a desert region, where the animals were dying because there was so little water. And there's a group that went there And they created, speaking of water, they really built a relationship with the water. And the water only comes, it's 10 inches a year or something like that of rainfall. But they created these pond systems, and it's this passive catchment where the water can really seep into the earth and have a place to be held. It's kind of like people. We need to be held in order to flourish and blossom.
Right.
And so,
and that'd be considered a swale. Was that?
These are huge pond systems.
Oh, pond system.
I'm just kind of giving an example of a village scale. And
right.
in 5 years, the place just turned into this incredible paradise, like this green oasis in this desert land. And and it's really, when I went, I cried just looking at the landscape, and I thought there's hope. You can do it in a desert where there's, where it's that desperate. You can really do it anywhere.
That's
so
awesome.
So one thing I'd love to say too is that people can come and stay with us, and we have personal residencies. I'd love to show you the guest house. It's beautiful.
Yes,
let's go ahead.
Yes.
And that's Sherman.
Sherman is beautiful.
You love
Sherman.
to say hi.
Hi, baby.
Oh,
yes. Well, come along, Sherman.
Come along.
One thing I've noticed is there's outside is in and inside is out. It's very...
Yeah, we always keep all our doors and windows open. And
it's like it's just part of it, not separate from.
This is a guest house here.
This is, we have people.
Is this considered, this is Ashevillage? Is this what I see online to stay? This is have rooms to stay in?
Yeah, this is our sanctuary. The whole place is Ashevillage Sanctuary, and this is our guest house. And I'll show you a couple of rooms upstairs. Maybe if you want to.
Yeah, come on up.
Yeah, we're along for the ride.
Okay, great.
I'll catch
Come
up.
on, boys and girls.
Come on, boys and girls.
Come on, we're going to go to Mr. McFeely's house.
Yeah, this was a craft house, and what we did was we made all of our own clay paints and plasters. We used clay, sand, and wheat paste, and we curved every little wall. We did some sculptures. This is all by hand, and this is kind of a cute little feature. We built these niches into the wall. And this was just between the studs. So this winter we actually have room for people to come and stay with us through the winter.
All right, very cool.
A month at a time or longer. And it's a sweet place for people to do personal retreats, writer retreats. We've had directors of movies come and stay for a month or so, and they'll come and work on their movie and books.
Perfect.
And it's so sweet.
So beautiful.
This is one of my favorites. We call this the sage room.
And
just the sunlight and the view of the
garden.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
So we love having visitors and
Is there anything else that we missed?
Well, let's go to the bathroom. There's a window and you can catch a view of the whole
yeah.
You can get a really nice garden view from here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's
maybe
okay.
not.
That's okay. I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh, and you have your earth ovens?
Earthen oven down there,
earthen oven?
Yeah.
And where is your water catchment?
Yeah, the water catchment. So we start at the very top of the property, and that's, I think, what you were referring to. And it's got, we've got on contour, we have a huge swale. It's more of a canal, and it directs all the water from the property into a pond. And so we have actually a couple ponds, and that they're filled with wildlife. Snakes and turtles and frogs and plants, and then hi.
Well, maybe I'd like to just maybe catch a shot of that.
Sure, yeah. And then it flows into the lower pond system, and we do have a small pump that helps it recirculate, and so
Awesome.
And that pump is electric, right?
That is electric. It is. Yeah. It could be solar, and we don't have a huge amount of solar here, but. It's another step.
Another step.
Maybe someone can come and visit and help with that.
That would be lovely.
Just putting it out there.
Did you hear that, Carrie?
Yeah, no kidding, Carrie. We'll send Carrie your way.
Okay, great. Beautiful.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, cool. Let's maybe slip down, maybe look at the pond, and then we can finish up.
Hi.
This is Kate, in case you missed it.
Kate's our magician on the site in the
Kate
garden.
the magician,
Yeah,
nice.
She makes everything look so beautiful.
So Kate asked me, she's like, so what are you doing? Who are you people? What are you doing here? And this is, I was just talking with Janelle that this is our first adventure into traveling and sharing the message of wellness and health through all the principles of mindset, movement, and nutrition, right? And this is a big part of the nutrition piece. And of course, it's not just about mind, it's a big mindset piece too, because we were talking about, the way, you have to interact with people and the sociology of the whole thing and getting in tune with the earth and all that stuff is so important so you can break out of all of the matrix stuff that keeps us kind of compressed. So we're about expansion, renewal, and growth, and that's what it seems like this place is all about.
So you don't see the typical, garden rows that you would see if you went to a farm.
Right.
It's very organically shaped, and we really put a lot of thought into color scheme and layering to bring in that beauty piece, that aesthetic piece, because it's also a sanctuary.
Yeah.
Then as a demonstration site too, showing that your vegetable gardens can also just be a beautiful part of your home landscape.
Yes.
You don't have to completely do away with your lawn and convert it into rows. And then we also let a lot of the wild plants grow, so the native wild plants. So we do have what other people might consider weeds. We actually tend to those and let them grow up and cultivate them and eat them.
Cultivate them appropriately.
Yeah,
Very
dandelion,
cool.
lamb's quarter, that kind of stuff.
Thank you.
Nice.
So you guys wanted to see
water.
the pond?
Yeah.
Let's go. I want to see water. Let's see what the deal is with water.
Are you allergic to bees?
No allergic to bees.
Oh, what were you just interested
No,
in
yeah,
seeing
I
the
wanted
pond?
to see the pond, and so this is the basic. But there's no catchment systems off of houses or things that run into it. This is just when it rains. This is the catchment, and how does it travel down and feed, or is it just naturally go through the soil, or is there like a little
good question.
stream or
It's a work in progress.
Okay.
Eventually there will be a catchment system from the upper property, and we have some swales over there that will feed into this pond, and what we're hoping to do is have a sort of a cleansing system of the water, because the water's coming off the street, off the upper property.
Right.
So we wanted to go through a remediation canal into this pond, and you can see these pipes over here. It's just temporarily, I took them up. I'm just cleaning out some things. We're working on it a little bit. But when those ponds are in the water, those pipes are in the water, it's actually a good time for you guys to see this, then the water actually goes down there, and then it connects to where we were standing by the garden. There's a hose, and you can actually turn it on, and then this water feeds into a lower system, and you can either just turn that on to water your garden, or it can actually flow into a second circulating system at the base.
Got it. Very cool.
Nice.
So this is
and so the idea is to keep the water flowing and moving and circulating to clean it, and then the other purpose is just to catch as much water. I mean, I think I believe Ashevillage feels that it's as property owners, it's our responsibility to catch and maintain and restore our water here.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Kate, for your help.
Sure.
And hopefully we'll see you again on our next visit.
Okay. Great.
All right. Hey, guys, that is going to be it for today from Core Wellness TV. Till next time, please keep thinking good thoughts, eating good food, and keep moving and get your feet on the ground, right? Right.
Awesome.
Say good morning, the new world is born. Then it falls and you miss your turn. Say you're not lucky, well, how do you know? You're still foot in the wheel, ain't you still letting it roll? And it's alright, mama, we're just making the day. It's alright now. We're just making the day. keeps concentrating on the same old thought. They cut the highways in so we can't get